What's up, you guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a yes, no, maybe so. So I've done these style type of videos in the past little bit, but I haven't said the phrase yes, no, maybe so in a very long time, let me tell ya. And I feel like that used to be my thing. So for today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys such exciting, like majorly exciting, like insanely newly released makeup products that possibly were even leaked, so we're gonna discuss it basically, and I'm gonna let you know if it's an item that I'm gonna pick up, skip, or I'm like in the maybe section. Let's get started. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Keep me posted. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, and yeah, let's talk about this stuff because it's really good. All right, so starting off with the first palette, this right here is the full version of the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. If you watched my review on the 5-pan palette, I kept saying how much I love the word Xenon. I just think it's a cool word, but this is so exciting to me. I know it's gonna be either like a love for some people or an absolute hate. I just don't see a lot of people being like in the middle with this one. I personally love. It's just like I feel like it's about time that there's a palette that includes just like these deeper, like grungy-ish black, deep gray tones with pops of like silvers and pinks that are metallic finishes. I really enjoyed the Natasha Denona Xenon 5-pan palette. I actually use it anytime I do my makeup for the most part. The black shade especially to line my upper lash line. It's like my favorite. It's her blackest black, so it's a winning color. But I love this. I feel like it's very different compared to anything else we've seen. I would be very curious to know if this is a palette I could use exclusively on its own and feel very happy and satisfied and very like sharp with my looks, or if it's gonna be a palette that, you know, looks good from the picture, but when I get it, I'll be like, but what am I really gonna do with this one, you know? I know with these specific shades, since most of them are like deeper and like there's a black there and like deeper grayer tones, I know with these kind of colors it takes me a little bit of a longer time to blend out shadows, just because that's the nature of the shadows color, even though her formula is always very nice and very smooth. But I'm curious to know just overall what I could do with this one. Based on the picture and the colors that are included, I think she did a really nice job with, you know, the different tones and shades that would complement each other. What I might have wanted to change here is maybe include, I think, a matte black, because the shade that looks black here, I don't think it's matte from what I see, so that would have been nice. And then maybe another like metallic, like deeper pinky tone shade. I feel like that would complement like blacks and grays, so we'll see. But I'm still ultra excited about this one. I think it can really hit home for me, and more than anything, I just feel like it's so different compared to everything else that released, that like I feel like we're needing something like different. At least I need something different in my life. I feel like everything else just looks very similar, you know? So there's my thoughts on that one. We'll see once I actually pick it up. The next palette I wanted to speak to you guys about is from Natasha Denona as well, and this is the mini Trichrome palette. This is really nice, okay? Again, it is just a very different palette compared to what we're used to. It is more of like a monochromatic palette, but I still feel like you can do so much with this one. I love that there's this stunning cobalt blue in there. It's so pretty. It seems like there are 3 mattes and 2 metallics, which I really love. I love when there's either 2 metallics, 3 mattes, or 3 metallics and 2 mattes. When there's one of each, 1 matte, 4 metallics, or 4 mattes and 1 metallic, I just kind of feel like I can't really, it's not really that diverse. But with this one, it seems like there's a perfect combo of everything. There is one shade in there that seems like it's gonna have like a duo finish, like a, is that the word? Duochrome finish, yeah. So I know a lot of indie brands do those like duochrome shadows. I don't own a lot from indie brands, and Natasha Denona is my girl like for life. So I definitely want to see what this palette has to offer. I don't really wear blue that often, but I want to see what this will do for me. And typically with blue palettes, I don't really feel like I had like a good cobalt blue, and I am very into that shade when it comes to nail polish. And just, you know, on the eyes, I think it would look really cool. You can use it for a liner too. So we'll see about that one, but it is on my radar. And I didn't purchase her last, I think 1 or 2 5-pan palettes, which is so not like me, because I have pretty much her full collection. I don't know. I might end up getting them, but it's not really on my radar. This right here, let me tell you, the second it launches, I'm on it. Then the Natasha Denona Baby Bronze palette is also going to be releasing soon. With this one, you get 2 mattes and 1 metallic. I believe these shades are shades that you are already pre-existing shades that are in the bronze palette, the full bronze palette by Natasha Denona. So I think I'm going to skip out on this little guy just because I already have the shades. And I mean, I like that there's like a, you know, nice camely color, a brown, and then a shade for the lid. But I feel like with these, they're good to have to throw around and just take with you, but you're really just coming up with the same kind of looks. And I mean, if you don't mind doing that, then it might be a win because her formula is great. But also if you want to carry something small, might be nice. I just feel like, you know, I have a few other small palettes that I'm okay traveling with or taking with me that I could get a bunch of looks out of. So I'm gonna skip out on that little one, but it is cute nonetheless. Okay, next we have this palette here by Huda Beauty. So this is the Pretty Grunge. It's so crazy that I just said grunge for Natasha Denona palette because this is also just a grunge palette by Huda. So, I mean, look at the shades. I have no words. This one right here seems like it does have a matte black, which I feel like I hope the Natasha one does because that will make the palette for me. But this one also is very like, yeah, grungy-ish. It is a cooler tone palette, but there is still something different and unique about this one compared to many other like cool toned palettes. I think Huda's formula is for the most part really, really good when it comes to her bigger palettes. I feel like the metallics are very smooth and mattes work out very, very nicely. For me, you know, I'll have to see better pictures, I guess, or maybe see these palettes in store. I wouldn't pick up the Natasha and this one. If I had to choose one, Natasha has my heart. I feel like they are both somewhat very similar and you'd be able to get like very, very similar looks. So I think I might end up skipping out on this one. If the Natasha palette is what it seems like, then I'll pick up that one. But this one, I think I will not. Nonetheless though, I like that there are two brands, competing brands, that are coming out with similar palettes. So, you know, if you like one, you can purchase that one, but if not, you have another option. And I just feel like they're both in the same family, but they still look somewhat different. So that's a Pretty Grunge palette by Huda. I have to know your thoughts on this one though, because I feel like with this, there'll be people who also like really love it or hate it. I just don't see a lot of like middle ground with this one. So keep me posted on it. So I'm going to speak about a few more items, but those were mainly the items that I wanted to speak about. I feel like I didn't even say much about it, but I really just wanted to open up a conversation with you guys about these products because I'm just curious to know what you have to say about them. I did want to also speak about the Goose Creek candles. They just launched a Candyland collection. How cute is this? These are only $13.99 each, which I think is such a fantastic deal. It's a 3-wick candle, and I want to say there are 4 different scents to choose from. On their site, there's a description of what each candle smells like, you know, if you're gonna want to get a little bit of an idea of what you're going to be purchasing if you're going to get them. So I actually have not purchased candles in a very, very long time. I can get a little bit of a break, I guess, also since the baby and everything. I just didn't want to like light candles at home really. But I am very intrigued by the regular like Candyland one. Like it just looks so cute. The graphics look amazing, and Candyland was the game of my childhood. So I absolutely think that this is just genius. And just from the scents, I feel like it'll just hit home for a lot of people. Cotton candy, gummy worms, toffee, melted butter, pink raspberry, blueberry. It just, yum. So I put it in my cart, actually, one of them, and then I had to pay $7 for shipping, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. But hopefully I can get free shipping. You know, it says free shipping over $100. I'm not gonna buy candles over $100 right now, so we'll see. But it's definitely on my radar, and I think that even for a gift, this would be the cutest thing ever. Next, we have the Patrick Ta face and eye palette. So this is $65. There are 4 blushes included as well as 4 eyeshadows. This is gonna be a skip for me, unfortunately. I feel like I'm gonna say it. I had enough of these blushes. Every single brand is coming out with these shades, and it's like enough is enough. Just come up with a different trend or a different shade that everyone loves. But like Patrick already has like a million of these kind of colors, I feel like, and everyone just has this already. So I get that it's in a palette. We feel the vibe, we get it, but I think I have 1 or 2 of these kind of colors, and at the end of the day, they all do the same thing. I don't need to have the same exact color that everyone's trying to like get in like 80 different brands, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna skip out on this one. I feel like he really had a good opportunity there to really like kick it out of the park though, because I don't know, maybe if he would have included a different color blush, maybe more like a wine type of shade, which is great for like the colder months. I know a lot of people are very into that as well, but 2 kind of in the same family, it's like just enough. Sorry, it's a bit harsh, but I had enough. So it's gonna be a no for me. In regards to the shadows, well, from the picture, they look very piecey. They don't look like mush, butter, smooth, and soft. And it's just really, I just feel like the setup of the palette just makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like, it's just not even. So it's just not situated in like a way where like my eyes feel happy with it. It's a very personal thing, let me tell you. So I'm gonna skip out on this one. And I'm honestly not interested. Even if it would be on sale for 30 bucks, I would not pick it up. I will say though, these from Patrick Ta look really interesting. It's the Hello Sparkle glitter eyeshadow topper. So these are really, really beautiful. I'm just curious to know if this is similar to maybe other like glitters that are out there, maybe from the drugstore, or if it really has just like something that's like amped up with it. It's $28 each, and there are only 2 shades in the line, like a silver white almost and like a gold. So gorgeous tones that I feel like could really amp up any eyeshadow look, especially with his major dimension palettes. These would work out very nicely with those tones. So I'm very curious. I'm just curious to see like what the quality is like, just because I also don't wear glitter like that too often. But if it really is gonna take your eyeshadow game from level like 2 to level 100, it might be worth to pick up. So we'll see. I'll have to check those out in store. Unless you guys try those out, let me know. It looks like it's unique, but I also feel like in a way I've seen something similar to this from other brands, so I'm not really sure. Okay, next we have these palettes here by Urban Decay. These are, I want to say like around $40-ish each. It just says it's 57 Canadian, so I'm assuming it's around $40-45 each US. These are the Moon Dust palettes. So there are actually a few different quads to choose from, but these are so beautiful. I used to have the Moon Dust like 8-pan palette a bit ago, and I feel like I used it, but I feel like a lot of the shades were just very deep, and I just never ended up really just getting the most use out of it, as much use as I would like. So I ended up decluttering it, but I feel like these are just perfection. Most of these palettes, most of these quads have really nice light, just like everyday kind of shades that you can top over any eyeshadow, and it can really just give it that extra like sparkle and like glitteriness without being overdone. I feel like especially if you do makeup for others, this just would really appeal to so many people. I do love a lot of their like single shadows, but a lot of times I just won't purchase them because it's like 19-20 bucks each, and I'm like, I just don't want to do that. So if I can get 4 for the price of like 2, that would be amazing. The shades are gorgeous. Some of the shades include Space Cowboy, Star Cowgirl, Wild Dipper, Cosmic Space Dust. Well, there are actually 2. Yeah, there are 2 different quads to choose from. I thought that there were 3. Both very pretty, but I'm actually wanting the one with like more of the like champagne-y rose gold tones. So I can't wait for this to actually come out. This is an item that I probably will end up picking up right away, because I feel like, especially my makeup game these days, I love the shadows that I have. Since I did a declutter, I'm really utilizing and using all the palettes that I have currently, but sometimes I still feel like I just want something a little bit more, and some palettes I feel like just don't provide that. With this, I feel like it'll just be like the icing on the cake. So maybe years ago I wasn't that into it, but at this point in my life, with this way I do my makeup and the style and all of that, I'm very into it. So I'm on it. Like, I need to pick that up ASAP. Summer Fridays has a kit out now. It's actually available at Sephora. I will have a link down below if you want to pick it up. But this basically includes 3 full sizes of their lip butters. We get a new flavor in here, which is the iced coffee. Love. And then the cherry is included in here, as well as the vanilla, I want to say. Yeah. So these are typically $24 each, but I want to say the kit itself is around the $40 range. So you are saving a decent amount, especially considering that these are full sizes. I think it's a great deal, plus a limited edition iced coffee shade. Although I feel like they might end up launching that, you know, in a few months, like on its own. If you'll miss out on this kit, a lot of brands tend to do that. Last year they came out with these little lip balms, which I loved. I wish they would have done that again this year, because even with these bigger sizes, they are still a lot sometimes, especially if you love trying out a bunch of different brands. But regardless, I still think this is a great one. I think I own 2 or 3 of these Summer Friday lip balms. One is in my purse currently, the vanilla one, and one purse, and then I have the pink one in another purse. So they're definitely roaming around. It's one of my favorites. Such a good quality lip butter that when you wear it, you're just like, wow, okay, fine, I see where everyone is coming from. Okay, and then also this by e.l.f. Cosmetics. e.l.f. has to be one of my favorite drugstore brands. They just do everything, especially lately, so well that it's just so hard to pick up their, so hard not to pick up their goods because they're so affordable for the most part. Sometimes they kind of creep up their prices here and there, but for the most part, they're so affordable. And I just get so mesmerized by all of their items or a lot of their newer releases because I'm just like, but how is this $4? You know what I mean? So this, let me tell you, I spoke about it on my Instagram the other day. I posted about it. It's the Juicy Balm Lip Oil for $4, okay? 4. It definitely looks like it's going to be a dupe for the Liora lip oils, which I've never tried. It's still so hard for me to purchase a lip oil for $42. I just can't do it. There's something about it just like, it's just holding me back. I can't. Unless I get like 90% off of the Liora one, I will take it. But for now, I cannot spend 40 something bucks. This seems like it's going to be a dupe. It seems like it has like that thicker applicator to it. It's a gorgeous pinky shade, just like the Liora initial like original one. And I feel like the comments on the picture here, everyone seems like they're going to be falling in love. And even if you don't, it's $4. So plus, I feel like, I mean, with e.l.f., they rarely disappoint, especially these days, because I feel like they know that the bar, like they need to raise the bar pretty high. Because of all of the goods that are coming out, they really need to step up. So I feel like it would kind of be a waste for this to just fall through. So I feel like they'll do anything in their power to make this as perfect as can be. And no question, I'm picking this up for sure the second it launches. And the final collection I wanted to speak to you guys about is from KVD Beauty. Unfortunately, this is one that I'm going to skip out on. It really just doesn't scream much to me. So this is the, let's see, it just says holiday collection. You get the Surreal Bloom metallic vegan eyeshadow palette for $28, which actually is not priced too badly. They also have some lip kits, some liner kits. I feel like in my heart that this is going to be at TJ Maxx like in a sec, so I'm not going to purchase it for the full price, especially maybe at TJ if I see it for like $5-6 and I'm interested, I might, but definitely not going to pick it up for the full price. I know her lip products are amazing, as well as her liners, like eyeliners and stuff, so you could get 2 for kind of like the price of 1 if that interests you. But the palette kind of reminds me of like the Urban Decay Space Cowboy like vibe. Like I'm getting this similar vibe, but just the shadows don't look like they're amped up. You know what I mean? And there are 6 metallics. So I usually don't know what to do with all of that. They also don't seem like they're going to be great to wear on top of other shadows in a way. Like it's not going to give you that iridescent vibe. You could use this in conjunction with other palettes, of course, but I feel like I just want something a little bit more amped up, like I keep saying. But this just seems very typical, I would say, in my book. It's in a tin package, different for KVD, I would say, but you know, I appreciate the fact that they're still trying. I'd love to know what you guys think of this collection. Is it on your radar? Is it not? I'm like 100% sure it's gonna go on sale, so if you really want it, buy it. But if you can wait a month or 2, then wait, because it's probably gonna be half off at some point. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Keep me posted, and I'll see you all in my next one.